everybody, welcome back to NeoFly. Just getting the aircraft ready for startup. Just going to throw that in there. I'm going to bring that on. I'm going to bring the battery master on. I'm going to bring the fuel pump on. Give myself a little bit of a pump of fuel there, just to get everything started. We will talk about our flight as soon as we get this thing fired up. There we go. Lovely. Perfect. All right. I shall let this machine warm up a little bit. We've got a pretty full load today. We are heading from Warrnambool, which is where we left off last time. We're heading to Narracourt in South Australia. So it's a 114 nautical mile flight. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. What we will do though is we will bring up I will bring up our charts for Bendigo. Oh, there we go. I mean Bendigo. I keep saying Bendigo for Warrnambool. WBL. We'll bring up our airport chart. Oh, sorry. YWBL. YWBL. My apologies for that, guys. Alright, so we'll have a look at our charts here. We're expecting, we've got a 10 knot wind at 308 today at Warrnambool. We've got thunderstorms coming in. They are sitting up at a relatively high level, but they're definitely going to affect what happens for us. So looks like we'll be taking off from runway 31, which is 307 degrees. We are flying to which we will type into here, 307 degrees. Let's get in there. There we go. We're in our single increments again. That's lovely. All right, 307. We are flying IFR today. We are climbing to an altitude of 6,000 feet for our cruise. We will see how that goes once we actually get up there and see how this thunderstorm is going. So at the moment, you can hear the thunder, but it's looking kind of a little bit bluish out there. So hopefully everything will be all right in that storm. We may be able to dodge it on the way anyway. We certainly don't want to go into a thunderstorm. So, all right, lovely. Let's see. For some reason, our aircraft tracking has not set itself up yet, so I will sort that out, and I will be back with you as soon as that is sorted out. Alright guys, we've got passengers boarding now, and we are almost ready to fly.
Transporter from dispatch. All passengers on board. You can ask for the clearance to take off.
Excellent, excellent. Alright, so we are ready to go. Let's put on some taxi lights, let's put on some nav. Let's have a look at the runway. Come on, zoom in, zoom in. There we go. Oh, no, not like that, Simi. Not like that. Alright, so we'll just check this. We will be taking off, let's see, we will be taking off from 307 or runway 31, which is this runway here. All right, let's give a call to Warrnambool traffic. I will put my track IR back on again. There we go, beautiful. All right, Warrnambool traffic. Cessna Foxtrot India Golf is taxiing to runway 31. All right, beautiful. Let's get this all organised. Park brake off. Let's bring this beast around and do a complete U-turn. We're going to dodge this guy here. We'll dodge him. I'll get that out of the way, guys. Everything is looking good. Everything is clear. That baggage cart is clear as well. Goodbye, Warrnambool. It's been fun. It is a lovely place. I can hear thunder and lightning out there. I'm not seeing too many storm clouds in the sky itself, but we will see. We will see what happens. so you guys can probably hear it as well. Alright, so while we're taxiing out here, I'll give you a bit of a rundown of what we are looking at in regards to our takeoff. So we will be taking off on runway 31. We will be looking at doing a right-hand turn to intercept our heading, or intercept our GPS line there. Our GPS line will be going at, we'll be heading at 336 degrees to Spider, SPIDR, which is a low altitude airway point. So we will be heading towards that. Once we get into the air and start climbing, get the aircraft stable, we'll run through our flight plan then. So and everything should be okay. Okay, just checking for traffic. There's no traffic there. Let's get this aircraft ready for takeoff. We will be taking off without flaps today. We are slightly heavy. We'll be putting our strobe, our landing lights, turning our taxi lights off. I am going to put some fuel pump on today. It is 16 degrees outside, so I don't think we're going to need any PIDOT at this point in time. But we will see what happens, especially if we get out to if we start climbing into thunderstorms. But we'll see what happens when we get out there on the up in the air. So alright, so we'll give a call. Warnable traffic, Foxtrot India Golf, it's type Cessna, taking off runway 31 for a north departure. Okay, beautiful. We'll head out, we'll line ourselves up. Because we are slightly heavy, I am going to try and give us as much runway as we possibly can. We are going to do a start from stop, so let's just bring this out here. Hopefully everything will be alright. We'll spin around here, give ourselves as much as we possibly can. Maybe the thunderstorms look like they're over that way, so which is not really north, so hopefully in the northerly direction, which is that way, then everything's looking pretty clear. So let's just line ourselves up here. Alright, we are on the runway. We are ready for takeoff. Let's just do another quick check. Trim is set for takeoff. Fuel is on. Mixture to rich. Just bring the revs up just a little bit. We have our beacon, our landing light, our navigation and our strobes on. Fuel pump is on for takeoff today. I just want to keep a little bit of safety. Everybody has their harnesses latched and tight. All the fuses are in, everything is okay to go, so we are ready to take off. We will take off, we will climb to 1,000 feet, then we will do a right turn. We will manually fly the aircraft until we start intercepting our GPS line and our tracking line, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's get a little bit of power into this beast. Just going to try and pull to one side as soon as we take off. There we go. Alright, a little bit of rudder to counteract. Little bit of weight on. Little bit of weight. Oh, it's a big lightning strike. For clear skies, that was a pretty intense lightning strike. Okay, airspeed is active. Airspeed is active. And for this weight, we're going to need a little bit more speed to take off.
Transporter from
All right, and off we go. Beautiful. Thank you, transport, dispatch, not transport. Let's trim this aircraft up to climb out at about 77 knots, I think. So we'll just keep a little bit of right rudder there for a sec. There we go, that should be okay. Alright, lovely. Up and over, a little bit of a junkyard down there by the looks of it. Let's keep that in tow, Simi. Lovely. Alright, so we will continue our climb out now, just keeping our eye on everything. Everything is green, everything is looking okay. I am going to pause this track IR for a sec, and while we are climbing out. Let's just trim. Alright, we'll just maintain that for now. Let's sync our heading. Heading is synced, and we'll put a vertical speed mode on. We will climb out at 400 feet per minute, and on goes the autopilot. Let him catch up a little bit. Let the aircraft stable off. Didn't set my PDF up, my PFD up. Let's put on our wind. There we go. Beautiful. So that's matching what our weather report was, which is pretty cool. Let's go back into here. Let's go back into the transponder. Put it on altitude. Ident. And that should be okay. Let's change that to GPS. Everything else is looking good. Lovely. Okay, so we're at 1,000 feet. We're over 1,000 feet now. What we will do is we'll put on heading mode. There we go, and we shall turn the aircraft around. Come on, there we go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. Alright, beautiful, beautiful. We've got 27 nautical miles to Spider. We will head in this direction, and we're getting blown around a little bit there. We'll head in this direction, and we will... how are we going over there? Yeah. A little bit breezy out there. A little bit breezy. We've got a 17 knot crosswind, so it's not too bad, but we're getting a few gusts and stuff, guys, so how are we doing over there? We're doing alright over there. Alright, everything is looking good. We're going to continue to climb to 6,000 feet. Hopefully that will be nice. And as soon as we start getting close to our tracking point here, we will put on our nav mode, which will be okay. We're climbing out at about 90 knots, so I probably want to slow that down a little bit, I think. So what I'm going to do, we are getting blown around. Hopefully none of our passengers throw up in the back, I'll tell you, because I don't want to clean that up. Okay guys, so we're on our track. Everything is all sorted. We're climbing at 400 feet per minute, up to 6,000 feet. I'm just monitoring speed. I'm monitoring our gauges and stuff, and I'm keeping the aircraft mixture trimmed. Just going to bring that down so that we climb out at about 2,450 RPM on the gauge. So we're flying 336 degrees to Spider, which is approximately 30 nautical miles away from Warrnambool. It should take us 14 minutes to get there, but that's at a speed of 124, so it's going to take us a little bit longer. We will turn to a heading of 296 for 18 miles for about 9 minutes at cruise, which is about 117 knots, so that should be okay. Our top of descent is Gracie at 297, which is approximately 4 nautical miles away from that. At a cruise speed of 115, we'll be turning 287 and flying direct to Naracoorte at 46 nautical miles. That's pretty well our flight plan that we've got planned today. So other than that, hopefully wind, etc. We will continue to monitor the wind. I am sort of a little bit worried about these thunderstorms, but at the moment they should subside and we should be getting into some relatively clear weather. We are expecting, as I said, we are expecting a 13 knot wind at 273 when we get to Narracort, which is well within this aircraft's capabilities, so we should be okay there. Everything is looking okay. I'm just going to reduce our vertical speed a little bit. I don't want to bleed too much speed, so I'm just going to reduce that by 100 feet per minute, just to make sure that everything is going to go well there. Everything's looking good. Everything is looking good. That's the Grampians over there again. We came from Ararat, which is our home base, which is up in this area here. So just up through here, not far from the foot of the Grampians. At some point, I hope that we do get the opportunity to fly over and around the Grampians, so that you guys can see them, because they are absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Everything is looking good. Passengers are keeping their seatbelts on at this point in time, just due to the I don't know what type of weather we're going to hit anyway, and they should be keeping their seatbelts on anyway, so we're just going to keep it at that for now. Everything else is looking okay. Fuel is okay. Everything's in the green there. Exhaust gas temperature is a little bit high. But for 13 degrees, it probably doesn't want to be too much lower than that. Using up a little bit too much fuel, but that will sort itself out once we sort of start getting up a bit higher, and we start reducing the amount of mixture, as well as setting our cruise speed. So other than that, everything is pretty good. We are currently, what are we? We're 13.7 nautical miles from Spider, which is where we will be doing our left turn. So I'll just bring this out a little bit so that you guys can see what's happening there. So you can see our track there up to Spider. And then across to Gracie, and down into Narracort, which is just over the South Australian border today. So we will be flying from Victoria into South Australia, which will be fine. Be a nice flight. Okay, guys, I will get in touch with you again when we get to, say, Spider, and we do our turn. So. Alright guys, we are nearly at our turn point, so we're nearly at Spider. We're 3.6 nautical miles out of Spider, so that just over there is Mount Abrupt, right there, which is part of that complex there. We're looking at this lake here is Lake Lithgow. This one down here is Lake Kennedy, and I think the other one is what is the other one? Lake Bulrush, something like that. I think just down here, just off the bottom there of Lake Lithgow. So yeah, we're about to do our turn. We are now 2.5 nautical miles out. Not getting the speed that I wanted to get on this cruise at this point in time, and I don't think we are going to get it. Unfortunately, we are going to be flying into a 30 knot headwind, as you can see down here, 32 knots. It's kind of hovering between 31 and 32 knots, so we may pick up a little bit more speed. I have the mixture set and the RPM set for peak performance here, but we certainly aren't getting the speed that we wanted to get. So it may take us a little bit longer than the expected time. It's all looking good. It's all looking nice. We are 1 nautical mile before we start our turn, so we're going to start our turn any minute now, which will be nice. All right, lovely. It's it's not too bad. Things have started to stabilise. We've kind of come out of this thunderstormy belt there. We were still getting sort of thunder and a lot of wind and stuff out there, but as you can see, stuff has stabled out a little bit. It was a little bit rough on that climb out there, but everything is okay now. All right, beautiful. We are doing our left-hand turn. I'm just going to monitor the speed, just see what happens as we move into this and how the aircraft settles. Not sure. I'm guessing that it is going to be a little bit less breezy, a little bit lower, so we may consider, I want to monitor my fuel, but we may actually consider reducing our altitude for this flight, because we are still sitting at a sort of a 32 knot headwind, so we will see how we go. I will make that decision probably when we get over HML there. So we're now tracking Gracie, so we're expected to get there in 43.4 nautical miles. Other than that, everything is relatively good. What we may do, now that we're on cruise, is when we get about halfway, I will come back to you guys and we'll have a look at what we're expecting when we get closer to Naracoorte and closer to landing at Naracoorte. So I will see you guys then. Guys, we've just passed Gracie. We are now tracking towards Naracoorte. We are 40.7 nautical miles away from Naracoorte. Everything is looking fine. We're sitting at about 107 knots, 108 knots, which isn't too bad. Still have that 32 knot headwind. Coming into the weather for Naracoorte is supposed to be 13 knots at 273. We have a couple of landing options here, but what we really need to do, I think, in this wind is look at landing on the hard surface. As you can see up here, there is a little bit of a photo here that has been added to this for flying into Naracoorte. 3,668 feet, which is 1,118 meters. We'd be looking at landing on runway at 20, which would be giving us a crosswind of about 13 knots, which isn't too bad. That is heading at a heading of 198 degrees. No tower in Naracoorte, so we will be talking to traffic. As you can see here, I do have I did have the Hamilton NDB put into the thing here. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to change that over now, because this one over here actually has Mount Barker actually has Mount Gambier VOR in it, so Mount Gambier will be somewhere that we may have to divert to if we do run into any trouble at all. So we will set that. That will be okay. Everything else is looking fine. We're getting the occasional gusts up here, but at the moment it is not too bad at all. Just coming through on the map, we are sort of I would say maybe 20 nautical miles, 15 to 20 nautical miles from the South Australian border. So not too far away at all. Alright guys, just a quick update. We're still getting thunderstorms, we're still getting some lightning strikes, and got some dark cloud off to our left there. It's looking clear over there, it's looking a little bit cloudy where we are heading. We are 14 nautical miles out of Narracourt at the moment. I've just started a descent. I'm descending at 200 feet per minute. We are heading down to 1,200 feet. The airport, the runway itself is at an elevation of 169 feet. We'll head down to 1,200, which will give us an approximate pattern height. We are looking at, it's giving us low fuel, but we're actually not low fuel, so we're actually looking at probably heading directly towards the airport, doing a right turn and then coming in onto a final, doing a left traffic pattern to the runway that we are landing on, which is runway 20. Again, expecting probably around 13 knots on crosswind. That will be coming from our right hand side, so we're going to make sure that we are expecting that. That is pretty well it. I will come back to you guys when we're entering the traffic pattern. Okay guys, I am back. It seems that the charts that I have are a little bit out of date, and runway 26 is actually a solid surface, so I've made some adjustments. We are coming in on runway 26 now. Everything looks alright. We need to be coming in at around about 70 knots. Just our landing checks, our mixture is rich, our flaps are down for landing, our landing lights are on, everything is okay. We are just cruising in at probably a little bit too fast at the moment, but we will slow this down. So yeah, into runway 26, the charts that we have there are a little bit outdated by the looks of it, so they're the charts off Sky Vector. So we're coming in for our landing. Everything is looking okay. We are coming directly into the wind pretty well. The wind is sitting at 272 degrees, so at around about 8 knots. So should be a pretty simple, straightforward landing. That's probably the last thing that one wants to say, but yeah, everything's looking good. So. Aircraft is wanting to move around a little bit. The windsock is showing completely different to what the wind is showing on our primary flight display. So hopefully everything's okay. We are coming in with our nose slightly to the right there. So all right, and in we go. Probably a little bit high on the landing there, but she will bleed speed
nice
there.
Landing. Go to the next parking and put your parking brake on.
There we go. Lovely. Alright, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. There we go. The windsock's actually sorted itself out now. Actually, not too bad. Not too upset with that landing. So that's pretty cool. Let's put our flaps back up. We'll just roll right to the end of the runway where we can get a decent turn. There we go. Lovely. Alright, and in we go, and around we go. Oh, she didn't want to stop there, did she? Let's give it a little bit more oomph. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Lovely. Alright, so not too bad. A little bit of a mess around there with the charts. The charts were saying that runway 0826 was an unknown surface, and that the cross runway was actually a hard surface. So I don't know how they got that wrong. let's throw our taxi lights on. We'll leave our landing lights on for now. We'll just confirm that our flaps are up, and they are. We're going to bleed off the mixture a little bit there, to make sure we don't overheat the aircraft on the ground. We're looking at 14 degrees outside. That's not too bad at all. So we'll taxi up to here and taxi into there in Narracourt. Welcome to South Australia, everybody. It's probably our first flight sim flight into South Australia, I do believe. So there we go. I had to have a little chuckle to myself because the program brought a flight job up to from Warrnambool to Bendigo, which would have been an absolutely lovely flight. But Microsoft didn't put Bendigo Airport, one of the major regional airports, and they did not put that in the flight sim. They forgot to put it in. Apparently there is a lot of missing airports and stuff, so alright, we will take our landing lights off now, and we will find ourselves a place to park. Need to get around these aircraft here. Don't want to get that wing too close to them, so we'll just stick over to this side. Looks like there might be a little park in here for us, or we could probably move over to the other side, actually, to be honest. Reckon over into the fueling area, because we are going to need to get some fuel. I'm pretty sure Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't automatically refuel your aircraft, so come on. There we go, lovely. So all in all, not a bad flight. It did take us a little bit longer than, as I said, a little bit longer than expected due to the fact that we were flying into a crosswind. Let's get these passengers off board.
Passengers can begin.
All right, I will turn the track IR off, and we will start looking at getting the aircraft ready for a shutdown. So. Taxi lights off. We'll leave the beacons on for now, just until everybody's off the aircraft. Should be okay to start the engine. Just bring that mixture out. There we go, lovely. Hopefully Flight Sim doesn't do its thing that it does, which is stop us from... No, that's alright, that's good. Alright. Beacons off, back to here, and aircraft is off, battery and alternator off, everything is okay. Alright, there you go guys, that was another flight. We earned ourselves, let's see, let's have a look, let's bring that in. We'll bring that in. Okay, so we've got bonus for the landing, bonus for comfort. We didn't get... it was a bit of a... it was good speed for landing. It was probably a little bit... minus 100. It's probably not too bad, really. We didn't get in strife for that trim and for the aircraft. I don't feel like I'd trimmed the aircraft very well on takeoff, but we didn't get into trouble for that, so that's okay. All right, let's see what else do we have in our flight logs. There we go. Comfort bonus land. We got 10,863 from that, so that's pretty good, guys. That's not too bad at all. Let's have a look. I've done. Total fly time 4 hours, total missions 2. Hangar wise, our aircraft is looking okay. Probably do some maintenance next time we get back to Ararat. So for now guys, that is NeoFly version 1.3.3, and I hope you enjoyed this one. As you can see, when I was coming into the airport, I did do my turn to come in and land in the direction that we were supposed to be landing in. However, I did, as I was sort of flying through here, notice that the runway that we did land on was actually the paved runway, which was absolutely perfect for us because we were landing straight in the wind. So I basically came around, lined myself up, and then got in touch with you guys there. So hope you enjoyed this one. Hit like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Don't forget to come and join us on Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Flight Sim. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.